Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. So, second video of the day. It is still November 30th. It is Monday, 2020. So I said the first video I would do with the dogs outside, which I did. Second video is going to be dog-friendly video because they're inside. So, when I am sitting or anywhere where they can get at me, they are up my behind. So that's just kind of how it goes. You get used to it, honestly. But they're very, very funny. But they're definitely jealous of little Miss Hella. There's definitely a jealousy factor going there, so that happens. But anyway, so I want to talk about fear, and fear being used as a tool, okay? And that's what I believe is big time happening right now, and I'm obviously going to give examples. I love to give examples. And I think it's a shame that so many people are following this path. Okay, so, but before I get into that, I wanted to show you real quick. This came in the mail, and this was from Wolfang. So Wolfang sent me these. He made these at his work. So, just hold them up. I thought that was pretty cool. So he had made those, and I just hadn't shown you guys yet, but I think that's pretty neat. So thank you, Wolfang, for making those for me. I do appreciate that. And that was very cool, so thank you. Alright, so what I believe is happening pretty much all over the country right now, obviously with the virus and the regular flu having the exact same symptoms, they are doing a lot of scare tactics. In my opinion, I'm giving my opinion. I'm not saying this is based on fact, any kind of data or research. I'm giving my opinion. They are using this to scare the crap out of people. All right, because if you, oh my God, if you get this, it could be so bad. And again, their survival rate has been proven to be quite high. Again, remember when it all first started, it was like they were like, oh my God. And I fell for it, guys. I'm not going to lie. I fell for it hook, line, and sinker in the beginning until I realized that we were being manipulated. Will you stop? But you know, I believe we are being manipulated, and so they're using this. This was done for many reasons, okay? Absolutely many reasons. I think the number one reason, in my opinion, that this was done, they wanted Trump out. So the way that you get him out, number one, if the economy is moving along and booming and doing great, I think he would have absolutely been a shoo-in for a second term. Again, my opinion. But I also believe things were manipulated with the election as well, and I've talked about that. And I'm not trying to get political. I'm just, from what I've seen, a lot of it doesn't make sense. They can say whatever they want to say. The news media will continually come on there. They've hated Trump since day one. So again, again, let's get back on topic. If you can discredit somebody, destroy the economy, make this person look like a buffoon every chance that you can get, you're going to turn people against this person. That's a fact. If the media says something enough times, people are going to believe it. Okay, it's just like the whole thing that he was a racist. How come he was never a racist before when he was rubbing elbows with Oprah, being on her show, being around all kinds of different celebrities that were of color? It's total BS. It just all of a sudden he became a Republican candidate and then he became a racist. Ridiculous. But anyway, with manipulating the numbers, with playing games, putting fear into people, it has people, especially compromised people, on edge. And I'm going to give a great example of that. And of course, I always like to use my own family when I talk about that. Okay, my ex-wife has a compromised health system because of what she's done to herself. I'm not going to get into that, but her mother is compromised. Her stepfather is compromised. Okay, so now you have, my son is there as well. And so, obviously, Eddie's not compromised. He's a healthy young man. But they have used, they've taken this thing beyond reasonable doubt. Like, and I'm going to give you some great examples of what I'm talking about. They had told my daughter. Now, my daughter came here for Thanksgiving. Okay, she spent Thanksgiving with me. Her boyfriend joined us and stuff like that, and we had a very nice Thanksgiving. Her mother had told her, well, you can't come here for Thanksgiving unless you have a COVID test before you come, okay? Which, absolutely ridiculous. Heather's already been tested. She had to be tested before school. They were doing random testing in school, which she got that a few times. My daughter does not have the virus, okay? So that's the crap that her mom laid on her. When I had gone over on my son's birthday, which was October 29th, to see him, I asked him for a hug. He said no, which I'm like, okay, I'll let that go. Then I had said to him, well, listen, we were standing literally about 8 to 10 feet apart. I said, I'd like to take a picture of you. Please take your mask off. And he's like, no, I'm not taking it off. The virus is very, very scary and it's real. And so they got him scared to death about this virus, which really pisses me off, okay? Because now he's living his life in fear. Why are you biting me? Why are you biting me? Living his life in fear, okay? That's not a good way to live. And they're living their lives in fear. Another good example, and I'm going to use this as well. So my ex-wife calls my daughter and says, hey, listen, and it's you have to understand the situation, understand how it all went down. Stop. No biting. So she says to my daughter, well, you can come over and get the bottles and cans, because they save them and they put them in the garage, and you can keep the money. So my daughter goes, okay, that's fine. The main reason is because my ex-wife didn't want to do it. She didn't want to have to be the one going to the store and returning the bottles and cans, because she's living her life in fear, and then she's making herself out to be a good guy and helping my daughter out, and then then she ended up giving my daughter a bunch of crap. Okay, stop, enough, no more. So, I'm not into the biting. Sorry, biting is not my thing. Bite onto other puppies, that's fine. So, sorry guys. It hurts. She's got very, very sharp teeth, so I don't really want to be bitten. But again, so they're living their lives in this bubble. They have all their groceries delivered. Come on, everybody go. Now, come on, stop. They're having all their groceries delivered, and so they don't leave the house. The only time they leave the house is if they have a doctor's appointment. My daughter is not allowed to go into their house unless she has a mask on. I mean, that's living your life in fear constantly, and they've been doing that ever since February of this year. Oh, it's you. Okay. So they've been doing that since the beginning of this year. That is no way to live your life. To be scared all the time. And so here's another great example of something. And I was talking to my stepson Josh, and we were talking about the shot. And I've heard this from somebody else too. Okay, and I just was like, really? Okay, so my stepson says to me, oh yeah, when the shot comes out, sorry, the dog's hitting that. When the shot comes out, I'm definitely going to get the shot. And I go, why? He goes, I just want things to go back to normal as quickly as possible. I just want to go on with my life and have a normal life as quickly as possible. So that's what he's doing. He's getting the shot because he thinks that if he gets the shot, he can go back to doing whatever he wants and he's fine. Just because, okay, so does that mean when you get the flu shot, you're never going to get the flu again? Think about that, okay? This is not the end-all, cure-all, and everything's beautiful and everything's fine. First of all, it has not been properly tested. That's a huge issue, okay? But people are willing to do it because they just want things to go back to normal for them, okay? That's people living in fear. They don't like the way things are. They figure, if I just comply and do as I'm told, then things will go back to normal. That's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. And the government is perpetuating this. They absolutely are. They do it through the news media. Again, how do we know? Now, here's the question I have for people. And again, I want you to put your thinking caps on and try to think independently and not just listen to the rhetoric that we're being fed every day with Fauci and all these other idiots, okay? How do you know what they're telling you is the truth? Big Pharma would never lie to you, right? They're always going to tell you the truth. The government would never lie to you, right? They're going to be honest and tell you everything sincerely. If you believe that, I feel sorry for you, okay? Because Big Pharma has killed so many people through the years, it has been ridiculous, okay? I trust them not at all. Not at all, okay? You should be questioning everything. Too many people are living their lives in fear. Too many people are thinking, well, if I just get the shot, then things will go back to normal. I doubt it. I doubt it highly, because there's no end-all be-all that you get this shot and that ends COVID. Every strain of the flu, every year, it mutates, it changes, it's not the same. So if you're giving you a shot supposedly for this strain, well, what happens if it is mutated and now it's a different strain? All right? Those are things I want you to think about, really want you to think about. There's way too much games going on, way too much manipulation. It is sad. It is sad. And too many people are living in fear, and if they think that all they have to do is when the shot comes out, they can get the shot, and then they can be back to normal. Now, I've heard all the talk about, oh, well, if you don't get the shot, you're not going to be able to do this, that, or the other thing. Well, none of that is materialized yet, obviously, okay? So I'm not going to speculate on things that, that part of it, that, there's no way that they can do that legally in the United States. We have the Constitution. We have free choice. There is no, oh, if you don't get the shot, then you can't do this or you can't do that. That's I know that there's been talk about that. Think about right now what they're doing. Okay? Think about right now. You go certain places, and if you don't have your mask on, they won't take care of you, right? And the mask is going to protect you. It's going to save you. It's the greatest thing since sliced toast. But when this first started, what did they tell you? Oh no, you don't need a mask. So what's the truth? Is the mask protecting you? Is the mask not protecting you? What is going on? We've been fed up a line of crap from the very beginning of this, scaring the crap out of people, and people are complying and doing as they're told because they think, well, if I just do it, things will go back to normal. I just want my normal life back. So something to think about, okay? I'm just spitballing here. You can agree or disagree. You can think whatever you want to think. If you think that the shot's going to be the savior, knock yourself out. Go get it, okay? I'm going to tell you what. There's a lot of us out here that we're looking at this situation. It's a manipulation. It's another way for Big Pharma to make more and more money off of us. And again, so what happens? Let's do a speculation. Let's do a speculation. Half the country gets the shot. They get a lot of young people to get the shot. A lot of them get the shot, right? Oh, geez, by the way, yeah, sorry, we didn't realize that if you got the shot, now you're sterile. No more kids. Can't have kids. How'd that go over for you? Oh, and of course you can't sue the pharmaceutical company because, it's not their fault. They didn't know. They didn't realize that was part of it. But maybe, just maybe, that was in there the whole time and that was part of the game plan. Think about that, okay? Think for yourselves. Do your own research. Do whatever you want to do. It's free will. Absolutely free will. If you want to get the shot when it comes out, knock yourself out. I'm choosing not to do it. I don't believe that there's been enough research done on it. There's not enough trials. You can't come out with things as fast as they're coming out with it and have it be effective and no. Hey, no. Come here, you little girl. She's a handful. And she's always biting. So I love this, okay? So I got to tell you this. Now, I'm going to tell you what. Caesar and Pandora are very, very well-behaved dogs. They listen pretty good. They have their moments because they're dogs. Dogs like to do what they want to do, okay? She's a puppy, obviously, full of energy. She wants to be near me constantly. So when I was doing my video the other day, and I thought this was very, very funny, she was whining. Everybody heard it. Everybody that was on, the video, saw her whining, all right? So they saw her whining. I had a lady say to me, oh, don't ruin that dog like you ruin the other dogs. What are you talking about? How are these dogs ruined? They listen. They're well behaved. They have their moments like any other animal. So, because I had her locked up for a little while with the other dogs, that's cruel and terrible. What should I do? Just let her run free, maybe go jump in a road while I'm busy doing something and get hit by a car? Or maybe while I'm swinging my maul axe, I don't realize she's behind me and I hit her in the head and kill her. Should I do that? people who need to really, when it comes to raising animals, I've been raising animals my whole life. I know how to do it. I don't beat my animals. If they need a smack, they get a smack. I'm not going to lie. That happens. But that's how they learn. But like these guys, do these guys look like they're so terribly abused? Are you abused, Pandora? Yes. Terribly. It's horrible. Yeah. People are unreal. Anyway, guys, I am going to jump off here from now. I hope everybody's doing well. Again, the purpose of this video, make you think. Always question. Don't just take what you're being fed is the truth, okay? Question everything. And again, it comes down to trust. Do you trust the government? Do you trust Big Pharma? On both of those questions, I would say absolutely not, okay? Because they're never going to have your best interest at heart. They're always going to look at the bottom line. They want to make that money. So if they can get all these suckers in the world to take a shot, right? Because, oh my God, the dreaded virus, then how much money do they make? Tons, okay? That's what it's all about. It's always about the bottom line at the end of the day. Who gets the virus out first and who makes the money. What? So, anyway, remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. That is important. Let's stop letting them manipulate us again on that front as well, with race and religion and everything else. Don't let them do it, okay? If we stick together and we work together, we can do whatever we want to do, all right? Also, remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. So this is okay, just so you know. No biting. But probably somebody would think, well, that's all right. No, it's not, because it hurts. So anyway, oh, look at Pandora. She's a good puppy. Yes, she is a good puppy. Yeah, oh, I like Pandora. Now see, she's jealous of that, and so is Caesar. I'm sorry, Caesar. So anyway, remember also STD, guys, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, now you see why I put them outside to do a video. You can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching those goals, no! The only one that's going to stop, she was chewing on the tripod, is you. Nobody else can stop you, okay? Stay positive, stay away from negative people, and you're going to be fine. Now, some of you are not going to like this video because of the way my dogs are acting, because they're acting like dogs. They want attention, they want my attention, and that's all they care about, okay? So, if you don't like it, then go watch something else. So, anyway, I will see you all later. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.